All right, cool. All right, so I'm here with Layzie Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony with allhiphop.com. Layzie, I'm going to start with Bone Thugs and Harmony, the group thing. What's the current status of Bone? Because we haven't heard you talk about it since kind of Unified came and went.
Well, first of all, much love to all hip-hop and you, George, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, the current status of Bone Thugs and Harmony is, you know, it's like it always is, man. It's a little discord within our family, and we trying to put it together, you know what I mean? But sometimes it feels close to impossible. Sometimes it feels like we really close to getting it together, you know what I mean? But at this current stage right now, you got myself busy in flesh, talking on the daily, and trying to keep our bargain of the Bone Thugs and Harmony brand alive, you know what I mean? And then you got Crazy and Wish out touring the world as Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you know, as Bone Thugs and Harmony, but promoting Thug Line, and that's basically where we are right now. It's like we're a little bit, no, we're divided. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it 100. We're divided, trying to put it together. Too many things go on, and you know what I mean, that cause us not to be able to put it together, man. So, you know, we just trying to keep it together. I know I'm trying to keep it together and deal with whatever blows that come with the process of trying to make the thing work, you know, especially for our fans. I would never want to confuse them and give them the wrong idea of things, you know what I mean? Because first of all, Bone Thugs and Harmony is family beyond music. But in music, there is a little separation, which, you know, Layzie Bone never liked. And I talk about myself in third person sometimes, but yeah. But yeah, man, it's a little discord within, man, and we're trying to put it together, man. So that's the current state right now.
Now, you mentioned, you know, it's a separate faction kind of thing. 3 of you are talking and 2 of you are over there. Now, to a fan listening, they might think to themselves, well, why is it so hard? Why? I mean, you're more powerful as a unit. Why can't you just bring that together and be the 5-man unit that kind of people want to see?
I mean, well, that's what I always felt. I always felt and always knew that, you know, we're stronger together. You know what I mean? If one individual was stronger than the other, then we wouldn't have needed each other to make it in this business the way that we did and become legendary status, celebrating 20 years. But it's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that fans don't understand. You know what I mean? You got Crazy Bone and Wishbone. They out promoting. They selling shows as Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is a problem with branding Bone Thugs and Harmony. When the fans is hitting me every day talking about, are you gonna be in Canada? Why aren't you here? That's hard to explain to a fan without putting a personal feeling out there. So I just be quiet a lot. You know, so. You know, you got that aspect of things happening, and then you have old management popping up out of the clear blue in the middle of when we trying to put everything together and become an entity of, like, we grown as men. We've been in the game 20 years old, so we don't need certain people to do certain things. We need assistants, we need accountants, we need lawyers. You know, and I feel we definitely don't need people that misappropriate money or have misappropriated money or cause disharm popping up when we have every opportunity to do this shit on our own. You know what I mean? To put out our own records, to cater to our own fans, to make sure we give them exactly what it is Bone Thugs and Harmony is feeling without somebody else putting their 2 cents in and telling us how they think shit should go.
Mm-hmm. Now, fans listening to this, especially your immediate fans who follow you on Facebook, Twitter, whatnot, and some of the group members might be a bit confused because after a couple weeks ago, I mean, and you've talked about communication being key in the past, but a couple weeks ago, it seemed everybody was waiting on you. Now, do you want to clear that up in terms of how that's going?
Oh, I definitely want to clear that up because, for one, let me tell you one thing. Bone Thugs and Harmony has never had to wait on me, ever. I was always the one, whether it was Busy going through his trial and tribulation, my brother Big Flesh going to the penitentiary, going through his trial and tribulation, whether it was Crazy Bone quitting the group and Wish following everything Crazy do. I was always the one telling everybody, yo, we gotta come together. We family. We gotta do this together. That's always been me. I'm the one with the motto that says, team, together everyone achieves more. Now, with that being said, it was some things that happened over the internet when me and my brothers were talking face to face just not long ago in Cleveland, a couple of weeks ago. I'm sitting there. We over DJ Ice's house. We done made a pact. We mended ourselves with our relationship with DJ Ice wasn't right, but we came back together as brothers, like we always do. And we sitting there and we talking about the possibility of things like going on tour as the 5-man, touring the world as the 5-man. We never did that. We talking about there's deals on the table that people want to really, really see. You know what I'm saying? That they really want to see us do. They really want to see Bone Thugs and Harmony as a whole. So there's deals on the table. I'm throwing out suggestions such as, you know what? We own studios. We can get in the studio. We can record a record. Then we can go shop it. Or we can get in the studio. We can put it out ourselves. We can market ourselves to our 1,300,000 fans on Facebook. And if we sell 200,000 records, you know what I mean? That's 200,000 to the 40 million plus we already got. And plus, we can make all the money off of that. So that's like, we would like, as opposed to being signed to a record company, you know what I mean, making a certain percentage of things, we can make all the money at 200,000 sales, and I'm lowballing it there. You know, that's 200,000, say, times 15. We make $3 million real quick and easy, just like that, you know. And, you know, Crazy didn't think that was a good idea. He didn't think we can handle it. He felt that we needed management, you know what I mean? So we went over that situation for a minute, and we sitting there face to face, and I'm hip, and we was going, and everything seemed like it was working. Now, out of the sky blue, I turn on my Mac, and I'm looking at Facebook, and I'm chatting with the fans, and, you know, and I'm having a good time doing this, and I run across Bob Francis' page. Now, Bob Francis was our manager during Unified album, during the I Tried movie, you know what I mean? And Bob Francis had the fate of Bone Thugs and Harmony in his hands, and it didn't quite work out. You know what I mean? It was a lot of emotions and different distractions and different manipulations, whispering in this one ear, telling Cray he the greatest, you know what I mean? Telling me I'm the leader, telling Flesh he the oldest and he should be running things, like all this manipulative things. This dude just pop up after I was forced to give dude the news that he was fired because nobody else wanted to do it. I always had to do the dirty work. You know what I mean? So now they're saying like, oh, we got this one, we got this one, we got this one, we got this one. Now we just waiting on one more. And I was like, that was a subliminal ass shot because he named Crazy, he named Wish, he named Busy, and he named my brother. You know what I mean? So now it's like you waiting on me when I was just sitting here throwing all kind of plans and ultimatums on the table of what we can do. And this guy sat there and straight manipulated our whole deal, getting him, he renting cars, he doing this, You know what I mean? He paying people out of a budget that we hadn't approved. It's taking too long to see the budget when we requesting it and flipping on this guy. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of misappropriation of funds. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put it all on him, but if you have the power in your hand to manage a situation, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. And if he was a good-hearted person, it would have worked, and it would have worked fine. Now, not only that did he misappropriate, because I don't really appreciate that man. You know what I mean? He on the internet, and then I read further, and he's on the internet, and he's bragging about 6 times platinum is the I Try movie. Now, mind you, we ain't seen a motherfucking dime off of this movie. You know what I mean? So what had happened was, while he bragging about I'm the executive producer, his pockets probably fat as fuck off of it. Because what they did was, went to Interscope and negotiated a deal. It was supposed to be like a videography type of thing, which turned into a movie with Cold Black. The company called Cold Black, put it like that. Mm-hmm. You know, so what they did was they wrote it into our recording budget as a video expense, my man. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for us to be 6 times platinum in the DVD world, which is platinum in the DVD world, is 100,000. You know what I mean? For those that don't know, I want to clarify that, but that's 100,000 times $20. Mm. You know what I mean? That somebody made. You know what I mean? So 6 times, that's 600,000 times $20 that somebody made, that Bone Thugs and Harmony didn't see a fucking penny on, but everybody liked the, you know, or gave us props. Some liked it, some didn't. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, it still sold that abundance amount of in the DVD world. Now here you got this man, Bob Francis, bragging on this shit on the internet, and to me it's spitting in my motherfucking face, because I'm always on top of our shit as best as I can. I'm not the best person in the world, the most educated, but I am an intelligent motherfucker, and I read people like a book. You can't play me, and that's the reason why he got fired for it, you know, because he was causing too much division within our camp. Mm-hmm. You know, now go a little bit further down. Now it's done involve Steve Lobel, which is, to me, I feel like that's my brother. You know what I mean? Because me and Steve always had a Leor Russell Simmons. You know, that's how we felt we was when we was really riding tough and tight. Like, I'm Russell, man, you Leor, we gonna take over this game, and we gonna do this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So, to hear, but you gotta remember that Steve Lobel had no longer managed us for over, 6 or 7 years or some shit like that? Mm-hmm. So now you got these people that was involved with us, you know what I mean, all of a sudden on the internet. So I see this, and I call my brothers, because I don't leave no stones unturned. I say, Craig, tell me you ain't dealing with this, with these niggas. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, I done talked to everybody but Bob since then, because I care not to talk to that motherfucker. He's a snake, and I put it out there. And I'll be in Boston. I know where he lives. I have my guns here, have his, and it don't matter, because a motherfucker took food out of my baby's mouth. Now, Craig felt like, you know, I don't burn bridges, and I was taught to keep my, you know, relationships things. I let bygones be bygones. So what did I say? Okay, man, dude fucked us, and dude fucked up a lot of things, but you want to be friends with him? What did I do? I said, okay, man, I'll be watching your back from a distance, bruh, because God forbid anybody try to hurt any one of my bone members, you will understand what the number one assassin means. Mm-hmm. And I mean that dearly. There's not a threat to nobody. I don't threaten people, but I'm just trying to tell. I'm trying to get my fans and everybody to see the littlest guy in the group got this big ass heart full of love for my brothers. And I'm passionate when I say these things, and I want to get it out there truthful, and I still want to give our fans hope that I will never give up on these guys because I grew up with them. Because 20 years of success is something you can't get back, and I'm going to cherish that to the day I die. You know what I mean? And even through this, I'm rekindling with Steve Zobel because it wasn't his fault all the way. You got some young thug-ass motherfuckers that really run wild. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to manage like that. That's our reputation in the game. Mm-hmm. You know, they hard to manage. They uncooperative. Then you run into the egos of the situation. You got people, you know, I put out the law of attraction. You know what I mean? The law of attraction CD. You got Cray fans dissing me talking about, Lay, that's cool, but shit, fuck, Cray is better. Like, man, do you really think that bothered me? I think Cray is better. Cray the reason I really took rapping serious. I would never take that from my brother. It's, you know what I mean? Like, I studied him, and hopefully he studied me as well. How do you think we so much alike? Even long times apart, I come hear a song he did, and I play a song I did. We got the same fucking title to the song. It's saying the same thing throughout the same shit. That's what time we've been, man, like almost 28. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on and on. I just kind of took the floor a little bit, but it's so much inside me, dog, that I held out, didn't talk about, and it went too far when we have the opportunity to seize everything. We can seize our careers right now. The whole radio is patterning after Bone Thugs and Harmony. Harmony with the flip-flop flow, with the staccato beat. You know what I mean? That's something we introduced to the game, and the state of hip-hop right now owe us a thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I want to get across to people, because that was great. I mean, you know, obviously being very honest, we talked a couple of nights ago on the phone, and one thing I don't think people realize is, yeah, this is entertainment and music to them, but this is real life to you. Like, when I was talking to you, I could hear pain in your voice and, you know, a sense of desperation for the situation. Like, just try to explain how deep this runs when it comes to you, because this is something that you're not just brushing off and saying, well, I'm going solo, whatever. This is super important to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I might do a solo album, but I'm never going solo. I don't like being by myself. I ain't that type. I spent some time. August 23rd, 1989, I went to jail for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? And that was the very first time I was away from my niggas. When I got back, the first thing I did, they was all separated and divided. The very first thing I did was put my niggas back together, because while I was in Texas, when the Bone came to me with a friend of mine named Alex Roundtree, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, them niggas is all I got. I ran away from Texas, took a plane, stole my uncle's plane ticket, took a plane out to Los Angeles, you know what I mean, in Inglewood, California, only in attempts to make it back to Cleveland to get to them. So when we talk about this shit, dog, I think about things like this. If something happened to us, who's going to carry the casket? Who's going to take care of our family? Who's going to, because we all we got to me. Mm-hmm. Family is everything. All them songs, I don't lie in my music. And I challenge any Bone Thugs and Harmony to say, you standing up, your actions stood up to say family tree. This is my family or friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, did your actions really show that? Because me, myself, I got a timeline that I wrote, and I know who did what when, and do your actions speak for everybody? Mine do. You know what I mean? And all I'm saying is, like, my niggas is everything to me, dog. When I talked to you the other night, the reason why I wanted to re-talk to you because I was hurt. I was crying, man. That shit broke me the fuck down. And I feel like every time I talk about this shit, I want to break down. Because I ain't got nothing but these niggas. When it all come down, all the new friends, all the deals we had, when you take all that shit away, it's just gonna be us. You know what I mean? We got our kids and all that, but our kids yearn to be together, which we don't even take time to make sure they kicking it and get it like that. Lil Aunt love Lil Stevie. Lil Stevie love Lil Aunt. We live 30 minutes away. Do they see each other enough? In my opinion, no. You know what I mean? Because family is everything. We buried Wally. We put a Faces of Death CD in his. Buried my nigga Hollywood. We buried Terry. We buried Boo. How many we got to bury? And then I can go on and on and on about how many niggas I done put in the ground and had to pay for the funeral. Because, you know, and then all the so-called people that was around because it was a flame or because the light was on, they wasn't there, man. And that's really what motivates me to keep Bone together. And I'm not venting. I don't have a problem. Like, if Cray say, okay, let me tell you, like, this is why I was so hurt the other day. Because, like, it was a certain leg of shows that the promoter, they was trying to book Bone Thugs in Harmony. Now, only 3 of us can travel across seas. Now, Busy can go now, too. Thank God. You know what I mean? Now, and we working on Flesh. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure all of us can go at the same time to get the whole feel of what we've been doing. But it broke my motherfucking heart because I get a call. Well, Knuckles, my manager at this present time, Knuckles Management, Mr. Chris Dumas, get a call from somebody in Germany, like, yeah, we've been looking for Lay. We wanted to know what is his minimum that he'd take to come over and be a part of this tour. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, well, it's whatever, you know what I mean? But at the same time, dude got us on the phone for 2.5 hours, and he's hitting crazy, and he sent me all the correspondence that they talking about, saying that you know, like that he asked Crazy Bone to get in contact with me to see what it was that I would take to come be a part of, and they hit back and said it's only me and Wish. If you talk to Layzie Bone, then ain't nothing happened. The whole deal is off. If they talk to me, and I'm sitting here wondering, what the fuck did I do to you niggas? Besides, you know what I mean? I'm the same nigga that was talking for the group in the beginning in 1986, in 1989, in 1990, when I was working at KFC, and I was bringing chicken home, and I was living at Vicky's house because my mother was in penitentiary, and they was living with me at my girlfriend's house, and her mother let me live there because she had a 2-family house, you know what I mean, and they let me live downstairs because my mother was in penitentiary. Nigga stayed with me, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm the same nigga who bought the clothes for the talent show. You feel me? Like, what the fuck did I do so wrong that you putting it out there like we don't fuck with Lay? Now I gotta talk, because that's treachery to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you making people think I'm this fucked up old entity, and it's a lot of things that went on that I won't go into now, but you better believe my book gonna be a motherfucker, and I don't have to lie about nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So those things, that's why I broke down the other night, man. Like, damn, I'm trying to get it together, and guess what? I'm still trying. If Crazy Bone can read this and dispute it, I love to hear his take on it, because every time if there's a problem, I go straight to him, and he tell me we straight. So what the fuck are you telling people that if you talk to Layzie Bone, then the whole deal's off? I can't get no money with y'all niggas. If I can't get no money, nigga, can't nobody get no money. Period. And that's how the fuck I feel, dog. And I live by the street code. Real niggas do real things at all times. If you have a problem with somebody, you take it to him. Cray is a quiet individual. He tend to sit back and harbor things in his mind. That's why our team was so fucking strong, because he's sitting there thinking of them bomb-ass ideas, and he got that nice, soft voice, and Busy's voice mixed so well with that high-ass pitch, and Flesh right there can go either way, and me and Wish with our strong-ass, you know, straight-up strong voices, it all come together like glue. You know what I mean? So, like, man, I mean, I know I'm not babbling. I'm trying to get it all out. I don't even know how long we got for this interview, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to get it all out, and I'm going to keep iterating. This is the 20th year of Bone Thugs in Harmony when we put our first record out, Faces of Death. And we're celebrating 20 years of this. And we're going to celebrate it, and we're doing it with Ruthless Records, Tamika Wright. And one of her goals is to see Bone Thugs in Harmony succeed. You know what I mean? Because she had so many years invested in this thing, too. And I'm all about rekindling things. I'm all about forgiveness. I'm all about we're not perfect. We tend to fuck up. But that Bob Francis motherfucker, I wouldn't trust that nigga as far as I can spit. Now, Steve Lobel, that's, like I said, I consider him a brother. I can rekindle things with Steve Lobel, but the way Bob played his hand and tried to play me and pit one against each other, dog, for the Unified album, I had a deal for our reality show called Living in Harmony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob somehow got in crazy and Wish ear, and they shot that idea down. I had a tour. They shot that idea down. It was called Unified for a reason. I'm sitting here with Felicia. I was on the phone with Felicia, and I just got the call that my brother would be home on such and such date. So I'm like, man, we about to have unity. We about to unify. I'm telling my wife this. I'm like, oh, Felicia, this is what we gonna do. We gonna unify. And she called it out. She was like, unify. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
The thing was, sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
But, yeah, so the whole thing was called Unify because we were supposed to unify, and I believe if we had fully unified without the serpent in the middle, you know what I mean? Cray quit the group for 4 months at that time, you know what I mean? Sent in a letter to, because we would have been signed to Interscope with the whole thing, you know, at first they didn't want to do it, you know, but we could have made that thing work. We just sold a million fucking records over there. You know what I mean? So Cray quit the group for a minute, sent in a letter. Unbeknownst to any member in the group, he sent this letter saying, you know, I'm no longer in the group, just like he quit the group all the time. That shows character, huh? What kind of character is that? Damn sure ain't no integrity in that. But me being me, bro, what's wrong? Come on, we got to do this and all this. So whatever reason it was, I was taught that a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. So with that being said, you ain't never seen a Layzie Bone give up. You know what I mean? So all these different things that been going on and been bubbling is festering inside me. I don't feel like I became the best artist that I possibly can be because I hold in a lot of shit that I want to say. You know what I mean? Because why? For the respect of Bone Thugs in Harmony. Because our fans, I don't want to confuse them, but somehow they always do. We always do. That tour they just went on, niggas bragging about 47 dates and all. We just did a whole worldwide tour. You selling them as Bone Thugs and Harmony. But I just seen an allhiphop.com interview just 2 days ago that they ended the tour that they was on in New York City. So many fans hit me, thought that Bone Thugs and Harmony was coming. Since you out there, I'm the Life Entertainment, why not call it Crazy Bone and Wishbone represents the life? Why is it Crazy Bone, Wishbone featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony featuring Crazy Bone and Wishbone? Or why not just be honest and say it'll be Crazy Bone and Wishbone of Bone Thugs and Harmony? And I'm going to tell you, we got into this branding thing, a fight a long time ago that this motherfucker Bob Francis had